Hey Aries, gonna bust out your reading real quick. Welcome to June 2020. Nice, beautiful. What is this? Interesting. Da, 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 da. Oh fuck, too many. I don't even know what to do with all of them. Alright, here we got a Ten of Cups in reverse. I'm gonna stick... These wanted to come out. Okay, we'll do this. Here we go. We got for you Eight of Swords in reverse. Love to see it in this position. Knight of Wands in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. Five of Swords, the Moon in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse. And the King of Swords in reverse. Well, what story can we tell here? I definitely do see you at the beginning of all this, sort of like having a realization, kind of like a little bit of a wake-up call, but like it comes more as a relief to you. I think it's kind of like if someone comes to the rescue and like cuts off these ropes and like opens the blindfold. You know, people always talk about this card like, oh, she's trapped, and like if only she could just see that she could untie herself. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of victim blaming with like the way people talk about this card is what I'm trying to say. And like the more I've sat with it and like realized, it's like, no, she's tied up pretty good here, right? Like this isn't her fault, and nor like she's trapped. Okay, like, but I am saying that like even though you've been feeling trapped, something or someone or some force is coming in to like release you a little bit, or at least like kind of like take off the blindfold, so that even if maybe you need to like run away from this bad situation now, it's like at least you have a little more freedom and flexibility to kind of like make those moves. And that's also kind of what I'm picking up here with the Knight of Wands is like, okay, you're getting some realization or some kind of like insight into a situation that's been ongoing for a long time. For example, it sounds like there was some like underhandedness going on in whatever you were dealing with. It seems like there was some unfair play, some competition, and also some people maybe who were like cheating. I'm not saying anyone cheating in a relationship. I am saying like people who don't have your best interests at heart have maybe been dominating the scene for too long. Now, with the Knight of Wands, that's you, this fire energy, but it's in reverse, and it's like kind of like, I think there's a little bit, I kind of want to say, like, some shell shock and some processing to do here. I feel like with the Moon in reverse, it's sort of like you kind of almost can't believe what you've seen with your own eyes, is sort of what I'm getting out of that. Like, if it just sounds like shocking truth that is like kind of hard to fully digest and grasp. So I don't really want to predict what that is for you exactly, but also with this Four of Cups, I mean, this is sort of like also the end of some lingering malaise because of what you're now seeing clearly, and it's like seeing it clearly is just sort of like, this also could be a situation that feels too good to be true in a weird way. Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like being freed from like this situation that you hated. Maybe it was like a job you hated and like you're being let go, but you're being let go with like a comfortable severance package, for example. And it's like, so you're like getting out of this like thing that was like competitive and shitty and like weighing you down, and you're not like missing it. Like this has been sort of like you've been wanting this. It's like you're finally getting this cup that like you thought wasn't coming, and now you're like, okay, well, I got that, but, like, I can't believe it. Like, it, again, like, I'm kind of almost getting, like, a too good to be true vibe of, like, wow, the end of this, like, pain cycle is hard for me to believe in, because we also got this Ten of Cups in reverse here, which I feel validates this. It's like, this should be, like, your happy ending, almost. But, like, because of the circumstances, because of, like, maybe a little bit of trauma that was involved in, like, getting here to this happy ending, you're kind of, like, winded, almost. Like, you, like, it's like, to put it back, like, let's say you were literally in a cage, you were an animal in a cage, and someone came to release you. So now you're escaping from this bad situation that had been going on for a long time. And then here you are being like, wow, I had always dreamed of escape, right? I'd always dreamed of, like, the one day, what if I get out? And now it's happening. Now it's here. And it's just like, now you're in this whole new dimension, this whole new realm, this whole new life, this whole new chapter. And it's kind of like, I think you're, like, a little bit, like, shocked by it again, like, in disbelief about the power of what has changed in your life. And so, with the King of Wands in reverse, I think, again, to me, that feels like you just sort of, like, not even believing that you can move forward from here, or that you're, like, allowed this new beginning in a way. Because, like, to me, the Ten of Cups in reverse, it's like, here's the happiness, here's, like, all the shit that you ever wanted, here's, like, the end of the bad, and, like, the end of stagnancy. End of stagnancy, for sure. No longer wistfully dreaming of something one day when, because it's here right now, and leaving this in the dust. But then it's like a lot still happens. So there's still, like, a lot, really, I think, for you to process about what's happening in this moment in June, for you to really fully enjoy the benefits and the happiness that is coming your way. Again, it's like how, it's like, if you're free from the bad situation, you've found your freedom. It's like, okay, well, now with freedom comes responsibility, and also the trauma that, like, you just escaped, whatever that may be, whatever you've, like, overcome. It's kind of like processing that. So I also got the King of Swords in reverse, and I'd like to just clarify that real quick. Wow, yeah. Okay, perfect. This is, like, so, I love when this is, like, so validating. Okay, Tower in reverse, it's like, yeah, I mean, I think this is in essence a Tower moment, although maybe a positive Tower moment in the long run. Kind of like, yeah, this whole story feels a little bit like a Tower moment. Seeing it here in reverse, it just feels like this is you having exited the building before the building collapsed. So you weren't maybe, like, harmed in any way, but it's, like, still back to that moon, the processing, and truth that's come to light, right? Like, truth, this is the apocalypse that we're in, and so there is, like, a lot of uncovering of truths that have been kind of, like, there in the darkness. We got, like, the Ten of Swords, too, and this is, like, the end of just a very painful cycle. And I honestly love the Ten of Swords far more than, like, the Three of Swords. I don't think it, or the Nine of Swords even, like, I don't think the Ten of Swords is that scary of a card, even though it looks and sometimes gets that rap as a scary card. It kind of feels like, almost this sense of humor that comes with, like, difficulty, right? Like, kind of like when things get so bad, you just start, like, laughing maniacally. Like, that's kind of what I got with this. And with the King of Swords in reverse, again, I think it's just, like, there's, like, some challenges in processing the truth that has come your way, especially with this Tower. I'm, with the Tower, I always bring up Groundhog Day, and that's allowed since I'm doing the reading, and you come to me, supposedly, theoretically, because you like my perspective. So, in Groundhog Day, I think of, like, him driving off the cliff multiple times, and he can't kill himself, right? But he's still stuck in the loop, even though that's like still the end of a cycle. It's like the end of an old stale way of doing things, and that will lead to a new chapter. We got these 2 10s, so this definitely feels like the completion of a cycle that was not serving you. And I think, again, processing this truth that comes up here may prove to just be something that, like, takes time for you. It feels kind of like a close escape, like a near escape. You got saved probably by yourself, but just in the nick of time before this tower fell down. And that was kind of what we were talking about, like, here, too. So I think that maybe, like, with this moon and the Ten of Swords, too, maybe there's kind of, like, and with the Ten of Cups, it's, like, this feeling of, like, wow, I can't believe what a close call that was. And I'm so grateful that, like, I escaped and that I made it to the other side and that I do have this fresh new start. And it's going to take me a while to, like, maybe move through some of the trauma of this, but also I know that, like, I'm going to be able to heal from this trauma and that there's, like, kind of a new, happier, fresh start for me on the other side of this. And that's the Ten of Swords, too. It's, like, that's where I can, like, a sense of humor, like, look at this girl. In my deck, there's another card that, like, matches this one. And then the bottom it says everything is fine. So it's kind of like, you got to a rock bottom, and there's literally nowhere to go from here but up. And it's like, also, you found the truth. Like, you found what you had really been looking for, which was the truth. You found this. And even if it may take you some time to really fully accept the truth, you're escaping this bad situation. You don't have to dream about one day when you'll get out of the bad situation because you're getting out of it. Five of Swords is like, this is done, all this bullshit. You do have what it takes, even if it doesn't feel like that right now. Again, clean escape, things have crumbled, but you're okay, and you have this new beginning, which may take some time to really fully be able to enjoy, just because, you know, you're dealing with kind of processing what you just went through, and kind of making sense of it all, and processing, and, like, healing from it at some point, too. So, that is my reading for you. So glad it came together so seamlessly, and it sounds powerful, intense, but transformative, and inspiring, perhaps? So, we'll see, but I'm happy for you, and I think it might be kind of like feeling like you're moving through the gauntlet this month, but, you know, better now than ever. So, I love you, you're a warrior, you can do this, and I'll see you in July. Bye.